Hi guys and welcome in to Boswado's Tips and Tricks. Today we're covering Warzone clutching and wiping. So if you find yourself being carried by your teammates or if you find yourself being the bottiest member of the squad, you're looking to just generally improve your in-game skill on most Battle Royale games, then look no further. So today we're going to be covering clutching and wiping and we're going to take you through some gameplay footage and narrate it and show you all the decision making and the skills on how to rotate, loop, win battles of attrition, that type of stuff. So let's get on with it. So one of the main things you need to remember is your optimal range. So as you can see here, the video went pretty much straight into it, but I've got a squad member pinned, a squad member down. I've got a nice flanking position, nice optimal range from the RPK, so I'm pushing in, getting that down. Most people in this situation are not going to go for that. They're not going to. Most people they're going to rush this down now. They're going to be like, oh, I've got someone down. I've got a second down. I've got some shots on the third. Let's push, push, push. Don't. If you're really confident and you're in a building, you got some machine guns, that type of stuff. If you're confident in your teammates' abilities, play to your own style. But I prefer to keep looping, holding high ground, rotating to better positions. I know we've got one guy in this building now. I've not got the finishers on the second guy that I downed. So I'm looking here. He's pushed back through. And just by rotating and looping round and holding the high ground, I've managed to keep my optimal range for my engagement with a gun that I've got. Get the first shots on this guy before I even knew where I was. So that's three guys that I've downed there. Not a single one knew where I was, right? And I managed to down them all with just a drop weapon as well. I've just picked up this weapon off the floor. So that's a good example of using rotation and high ground and looping. Same here, looping round. These guys have had shots coming through the double doors. The thought were on the rooftop, so I've come for flank. You'll notice prior to that double kill, then I went in with a submachine gun and I swapped weapon. Didn't reload. Guys, if you're close up in close quarters, please swap weapons. It don't matter if you've got an LMG or an AR and you're in close quarters. Swap weapons. Stop reloading. You keep dying when when you're reloading. Stop doing it. But yeah, optimal range again. So I know RPK pretty much of a beam machine. Optimal range. I seen this squad coming up on map, and I was quite confident in the 1v3. Like quite confident. I'm about to have wiped 6 people in this game without having a single bullet fired at me. So yeah, again, high ground. It's paramount. It's absolutely god mode. Like, utilize it. There's not much rotation needed here. I am swapping left to right of this panel, holding the zip line, making sure nobody pushes up. But yeah, that's two trio squad wipes so far this game. Just holding high ground, using rotation, using looping. Use the comms, get your team used to it. Big instructions: left, 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 right, right, right. You want simple, clear commands to your team. So they need to understand what that left, what that right is. Is it you pushing into the left, or is it you looping round to the left, or rotating round to the left, or you going left to high ground? So use them keywords. Yeah, looping left, rotating left, moving to high ground left. Clear communications paramount in squad games like this. You'll notice I work a lot at angles, so I'm always tucked in on corners, peeking corners, always holding tight to corners and walls. You've just seen me move around that building then. Always sharp turns on the corners. Again, looking to utilise high ground. I've got a teammate down. I don't want to mess about running up the pathways because that's where they're going to be pre-aimed and anticipating me. So I go for mantle on rocks. Sourcing by rotating round again, securing high ground. I've got the drop on yet another enemy. We're already on 7 kills at this point. We've got high ground and position on the 8th. So moving in, clear this building. I'll be honest with you guys, if I were this guy, I'd have probably stuck in this building and shot me as I was coming through the door, but he decided he wanted to move out. Probably because the pressure you were feeling, getting shot from every direction. That's the benefit of rotating and looping around and holding the high ground with optimal range. You're always going to have the fear that you instill in the team. They're like, oh my God, I'm getting shot from the left. I'm getting shot from the right. I'm getting shot from above. Oh. And yeah, like you've been in them gunfights yourself where you just feel like you're getting shot from every direction. Utilize that to your advantage. Put the pressure on the enemy. Attrition's a big thing in Warzone. Like most games, like Apex and Fortnite, there's a lot of meds all over. On Warzone, you've got the auto regen, but the plate system, there's not as many plates about out and about. So feel free to just put the rounds down and crack people. and then even if you're not going to get the kill, like put some rounds in, get them shields cracked. As you notice, I cracked the guy on the rock over there. He pulled back. I didn't get a kill, but I cracked him. He's pulled back to his team, but his team's decided not to push up that hill because as soon as he did, he got cracked, and they're thinking, well, if he got cracked, we're going to get cracked. So it's like keeping people in the place. It's a key tactic in holding position. We were hoping that the circle would rotate up to us, but in this scenario, the circle actually rotated down, so we didn't end up holding this observatory position. But as I push down this rock now, you're going to see me look into angles and attrition, as well as keeping the rotation high ground and looping. So I can see on the UAV I got 3 people to my left here. I don't want to get caught by the gas, so I didn't go too hard of a left, but I do hold this ridge here, and I work the angle to stop me getting shot. Notice I shoot all 3 enemy combatants. Yeah? I shoot at all 3 enemy combatants. I didn't crack a single one, but not a single one fired back at me because all 3 of them were like, oh my god, we're getting shot. Oh my god, we're getting shot from behind. Yeah, they've got gas pushing in. They're engaged by a team up front, and all 3 of them have just been shot from behind. Continue to put that pressure on, get some more shots in, forcing them out of a good position where they can shoot us if we push down first. So even though there were no kills acquired there, the battle of attrition, they're using the plates, they're using their ammo, they're getting panicked, they've lost the high ground that they were holding, and they've had to push into the street. Look at them, they're still looking up the hill. They haven't got a clue, right? Nah, I've just had some of my team killed from behind. So now I'm in full panic mode. I'm like, all right, again, looped round, took the high ground. Look at these guys. They ain't got a clue where I am. Easy. Absolutely easy. Look at that. Constant angles, looping. I shot from that guy, and instead of hugging the rock like any player would do, I moved out into the street behind the bush. As soon as that second guy come round, he was aiming at the rock. He was aiming at the high ground, expecting me to jump down from there, from where I shot from. But I'd already looped round to work the angle on him so that he wouldn't have a shot on me before I had a shot on him. So honestly, move while you're shooting, left or right. It works wonders. You're forcing your opponent to change his aim while he's live firing. Never like try and static fire too much unless you're in a mounted position. But yeah, looking at the longevity of gameplay, because that's a big thing in Warzone, is obviously lasting. I'm soloing trios all the way through this game. We're up to 10 kills already. Every single one, it's been myself engaged with 4 squads. Again, I've used the same 5 core tactics: rotation, high ground, looping, angles, attrition. Keep them in your mind at all times. Here, I could engage it multiple times. Now, optimal range and longevity come into play here. This is 2 things that you need to consider. So look at all these opportunities I have to engage. The RPKs, it's a meta, yeah? I can engage with any of these guys, but I don't. I choose not to. Right? They can't push me from there. They haven't got a chance. Right? But I choose not to. I wait for a perfect opportunity. That guy's just laid down. Perfect time. Awesome. Because I've got him cracked before I even can get out of there. If he was stood up, he could have run in any direction. He could have dropped behind a rock. But when he laid down, he put himself in a position where I got an extra second and a half of firing at him before he could even move. So that guy straight out of the game. That's it. It's gone. So now it's not a 1v3, it's a 1v2. So again, that attrition, that longevity, being patient and working your optimal ranges. Notice how I don't push now, even though I know there's 2 teams inside that building engaged. I'm waiting. I'm utilising my optimal range. I've got an LMG. At this point, they've got no chance of pushing into this rock against me. One thing I will point out, an error of my own there. I didn't allow myself a lot of cover when I pushed down the hill. I get prone to doing this when I'm carrying smokes, when I'm playing in squad games, because I just think, it's a squad game. I've got my teammates. I can pop a smoke. We can pop revives, that type of stuff. But you've got to be able to swap your mindset when you're clutching. So I'm clutching this game in a game of trios, and I was playing as if I still had my squad alive. And then it realised, oh, wait, no, I'm clutching. Get that clutch mindset on. It's a different play style. So again, battle of attrition, we're up to 11 kills. We've just cracked some more guys down there. Those guys eventually are going to have to push towards me, so I'd rather them have as little plates as they have got when they do that. I'd rather them feel that pressure, get a bit panicky, a bit sweaty. But I try not to give my position away too much. You'll see me aiming at a lot of guys, or you'll notice a lot of guys on my screen. I don't engage unless I know I've got that optimal aim, that optimal range, and I know that they're not going to be able to bounce into cover like that guy just did, because I missed a lot of my shots. Yeah. You've got to just constantly think about them angles too. Like, I'm looking at this guy here. Where are you going to peek the right of that building, the left of that building, or has he pulled back round? He pulled back round, but I'm thinking, right, he could have a squad, yeah? So he might still be in these buildings here. At this point, we've killed a couple of people. We've seen a couple of teams engage and kill each other. I'm ready to move in. I've got 2,500. We've got a buy station. I know there's dead bodies. I'm looking to get on that clutch and revive my team. Hitting some backpacks, see if we can get any loot. Constantly working angles, peeking doors left and right. I remember that I killed this guy behind this water container earlier, so I'll move up, take his loot. He's only got $30, a bit disappointing. Yeah, so again, I'm completely looping around, using the wall, the cliff, and the bushes to my advantage here. Right? I know I've got teams in front of me, but I'm not ready to engage them. I know that I've got teams behind me. I don't want to get sandwiched. So again, I'm going to work the brow of this hill to my advantage, not peek over it. I do not want to peek over it. I peek over it, I'm opening myself up to so much. If you look at the size of the map there, you don't want to go down there. It's like it's no man's land. This is what you want to do. I've rotated round, looped round for that buy station. I want to buy my teammate back. I know I ain't got the cash. I know I've just killed a few guys and a few of their teammates are remaining. There's multiple squads down here just solo. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for them to come and use that buy station. And then I'm just going to hunt them and take the money. Yeah. So sometimes camping buy stations at this stage in game, it's a bit sweaty, but if you need to clutch, you need to clutch. Stims are a great way to. I see Storm pushing in, so I'm like, right, I'm going to hold my stims. Again, just by holding this buy station, I've managed to secure 2 kills, get a durable, get some self revives, and lock in the 4k needed to get one of my teammates back. Don't be scared of buying the better player back at this stage. You don't just want to buy your friends back or just be like, oh, you know what, I'm just going to get this guy back. This is my friend. You've got to be confident in knowing what your skill level is in your team, who plays better at certain stages of the game, and your team needs to understand that you've got to lock that in. Like, you've got decisions to make. You've got to go for a dub. But yeah, thanks for coming by, guys. Any feedback's appreciated. This is my first how-to on Warzone. But yeah, remember the 5 key elements: rotation, high ground, looping to keep your optimal range at all times, and angles and attrition for that longevity. If you can hit them more than they can hit you, if you can get them first shots in, you're going to last longer in the gunfight. And if you last longer in the gunfight, they're going to die before you. Especially if it's 1v3, they're paramount. It's paramount that you get getting shots on them all. But yeah, thanks for swapping by, and I'll catch you all later.